Welcome in, everybody. Ty Bartell in with another edition of Coach's Corner, and a first time for Coach's Corner, but not a first time in the volleyball world by a long shot. As Mary Tarka, a legend by all means in this sport, joins me today as the skipper of Southeast Ravenna Southeast, the Pirates volleyball program. How are we doing today, Coach?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. We're getting through all the sports too, getting previews, getting excited for fall sports just around the corner. I'm excited to talk a little bit about volleyball with you too, because I mean, coaches that I've talked to, from Christina Baker down in Newton Falls to other coaches in the world, they've all talked to me about you, and they've mentioned you as being a big name and influence in their lives as well, and their legends in their own rights in their community. So
Yeah,
let's talk a
Christina
little
played
bit.
volleyball here.
Yeah, she had the experience. She said you coached
Yeah,
her too, and she said was a former player of yours as well. I want
yes.
to talk a little bit about that, I guess, before we actually get into the team, and give everyone kind of a preview of yourself that is maybe just getting used to you for the first time, and introduce yourself to the YSN world too. Where'd you get the love for volleyball? Where'd you get your start, and what's kept you coming back every year since?
Well, I just played intramurals in college in volleyball. This was before Title IX and all these things that have, come about since, which has been good for girls. Um, and so I came to Southeast and they needed a volleyball coach. I was asked if I would start, and we just have such great kids. It's been a pleasure to do it all through. And, the sport has changed through the years and we've changed with it. And so it's just been a great sport to be a part of.
I know Coach Yule has talked so highly about you over there at Southeast as well. He's also talked highly about the community, like you mentioned as well, mentioning how passionate this community is. I'm going to get my first chance to experience this community this season, and I'm very excited for that. So, give me a preview, I guess, of the community I should be expecting too. What is this Southeast community like too, and what's their support been like for you with this Pirates program?
Well, just everybody here. I'm basically almost everybody here. They're very friendly. They're welcoming. They'll welcome you. They'll wish you keep coming back, and they'll hope to hear from you because they're very supportive of their kids in the community, and the kids are polite. They just, um, you know, they're hardworking. Maybe partly because it's a tradition of farmland here, although I don't know how many people actually farm anymore as a full-time job at least. But they're used to working hard at home and in school, and definitely on the sports field in whatever sport it is. So
That's definitely a mark of Portage County kids too, I will say, as they are some hardworking kids. And when you talk about this team and what you talk about the girls that you've gotten coming out to practices too, and you guys I'm sure have gotten maybe a scrimmage or two in as well. When you talk about what you have been able to see from your girls here before the actual season starts this upcoming Saturday, what are some things that have stood out to you? What are some names we gotta get used to this upcoming year?
okay, well, we have 29 girls in our program because we do have a freshman, JV, and varsity teams.
Incredible.
And we're the only sport in the school that still has a freshman team. And again, they're here hard working every day. Um, we have a senior, Lily Massrock. She's played, obviously since seventh grade all the way up. She's going to be our setter. She played setting last year, so she's got a lot of experience coming back. She's a leader on the team, and you're going to see things happen from her. She can hit the ball as well as set the ball. Another player is Layla Evans. Layla's a sophomore. She moved in from California. Last year was her first year here at Southeast, although she has cousins and stuff here. They play a lot of volleyball in California, so she came in really well prepared. She started varsity as a freshman, and again, she's got all-around players. She can hit hard in the middle. She can serve well. She can pass. She just does a lot of things for us. And again, what's nice is she brings to others the help of things that she already knows that maybe they haven't had a chance to learn yet. And so again, as I say, our kids work together. They just do a really good job. Another senior, Elena Dosi, her sister graduated from here. She's going to go to med school next year, but she's going to be our freshman coach. And so Elena's a senior, and Elena's an outside hitter. Again, another leader, making things happen on the court. Just very positive, very good. We've got some passers that are, I got 6 seniors, okay? So I've got some passers that are really good. Brooklyn Beetler, you see her go after the ball, dive, get things up, and always be positive about it and encourage the other kids around her. Alex Herkash is another senior that, again, is a good passer, but we played some summer league stuff, and she ended up having to be a middle hitter. And when you see her Saturday, you'll see that she's not the height of most middle hitters, but she just is aggressive. She wants to play. She wants that ball to stay up in the air, and so she gets to it and makes a lot of nice things happen. Another senior, Kaylee Hines, her mother also played here in volleyball in the past. Kaylee's another senior, a defensive specialist, but she can hit in the front row too, so we'll have her doing some of that. Trying to think who all I haven't mentioned yet. Kayla Grope is another senior. She played here as a freshman and sophomore, and she's back to play here again as a senior. She's a big, tallest on the team. She's a middle hitter, good serve, kind of knows the court well. She could play outside. She makes a lot of things happen. So I don't know how many more you want me to talk about because I got a great group of kids. And like I say, 6 of them are seniors. Elise Kennedy is a sophomore. She's going to be new to the varsity lineup. We've got some other girls like Raina Ripley, Renee Sutliff. They're both sophomores. There'll be some backups on the varsity. They'll get playing time in. Savannah Bailey is a sophomore, or junior, sorry. She played varsity all the way around as a sophomore last year. This year she's a junior, so she's coming back and she's got experience having played and having the varsity experience that this couple new sophomores have not had. And so, again, you want me to keep going, or is that enough?
Hey, you can keep going as much as you want. I'm here for you to shout out all the kids that you want to shout out. That's more than okay.
All right. So, again, I guess that's enough. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about more later.
No, you talk about these girls too, and one of the positions you mentioned too, and getting experience back at that setter position. A lot of coaches that I've talked to mention, a lot of positions. It's always.
I didn't mention my other setter.
Yeah,
got another setter too. But okay, Nina Truex. She's a sophomore also, and does well in the front row and back row. Yeah.
So
but
when
Lily,
you talk about having that experience too, what is that like for you to have that experience coming back at setter too, and kind of having that position where there's a lot of knowledge too, and you're good enough to have 2 deep too if you want to go a 5-2 or rotation.
Yeah, it's just nice to have. Again, Lily has just worked hard. And she's willing to talk and communicate with the kids because, setters are like the quarterback in football. They run the program out there on the court. They make sure that the ball gets to the person who can make the best hit on it. Passers try to get the ball to them, but, they are not perfect. And so the setter has to do a lot of moving. And so, yeah, it'll be good to have her. She can run a 5-1. She can work with Nina and do a 6-2. So it gives us a few more options depending on the match we're playing.
You can talk about that versatility running in a 5-1 or a 6-2. And I mean, you talk about how many girls are in the program. And I can only imagine other smaller schools are looking at the Southeast program wondering, like, how do we get these numbers up in JV? How do we get them up in freshman? How do you do it? What's your secret? How do you get the participation in all levels for these girls coming out, just wanting to play, wanting to learn the sport, wanting to progress?
I think a lot of it starts in the middle school. They have coaches down there in 7th and 8th grade that get them to participate, really enjoy playing, and then they come back and I don't know. They just say they know they have a freshman team, so we have 9 freshmen, and they know they don't have to compete against the older kids. They can play with freshmen, have another year to develop their skills and get even better. But yet they interact. We practice together. So they interact with the older kids, and they have to push themselves to get better because the older kids are, they're going to be letting them down if they don't do it well. So, we try to do things where we mix the groups and the freshmen work with the seniors, and, it's a blending of all 4 grades so that they're enjoying, improving, and, hopefully like to play the sport.
When you talk about this season too, I'm sure it's pretty exciting for the girls. It might be exciting for you as well, joining a new conference and getting some new opponents that are going to be on the schedule conference wise and build those new rivalries. Let's talk about the conference. Let's talk about some non-conference games that you're excited for your girls to test themselves against this season.
Well, always, for years, we've started with West Branch. We usually have a try. It's been West Branch and South Range for the last few years. Before that, it's been West Branch and others. So it's kind of traditional for us to start there. And so that's where we start on Saturday. We're hosting this year. So the middle school will host the JV games, and the high school will have the varsity games. So that's a little different because we've been at their places the last 2 years. So the girls who've played before are kind of used to being in one building, another place. So that'll be a little different, but always competitive. Those guys are great teams. They're led by great individuals, and so it makes a really good start to see how we rank and how we do, and play up against them. When you're talking about the league, I mean, we've played Garfield through the years, and they're always a very competitive team. We usually try to play Newton Falls as a non-league team game, so that's not totally new. And again, we mentioned that, you know, the coaches of JV and varsity both went here to Southeast, and we just don't know a whole lot about the rest of the league. Obviously, Crestview is very strong in volleyball. You know, the coach has, her daughter like was first team All Ohio last year. So there's going to be a lot of competition that I'm not sure how much depth there is and what, everybody brings. And some of the schools, it's going to be the first time we've ever been there. So there's going to be some new opportunities and kind of new challenges. It'd be nice to do something a little different, you know.
Yeah,
But we still
it's
play some of the ones, that we've had before, like maybe our neighbors, Rootstown and stuff. Waterloo, which, borders us to the south.
You get to battle and test yourself against some new opponents too, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting once you enter some of those new gymnasiums too, and you get a
Yes.
new feel for the competition. I want to give you the chance to shout out the staff that you have with you this year and some other big names inside the program that you couldn't do it without.
Well, I have a 100% new staff, and that's a little bit different because I had the same junior high coaches for years, Paula Macarella and Ted McDivitt, or not Paula Macarella, and Bill Gilmore. And then Ted McDivitt was in the high school. So those three were very consistent and really built the program. Um, and then in later years, those people have retired. And so we've had new people. Kendall Wershey has helped in our junior high and high school last year, and she's now going out to Cortland. So she's going to be coaching there in the middle school. And so, we have my assistant, Meredith Woolley, the last couple of years has gone up to Revere. So, people have left. So this year I have some new people. Cheryl Shamblin is my JV coach. She played high school volleyball at Norton and then played at Walsh University in college level. And so she's bringing a lot of new drills and new ideas and stuff to the program, which is great to always have something new. My freshman coach is Abby Dosey, and again, she has just finished college and will be going into med school. She played for us here, and so she knows some of the challenges, has some expectations, to be successful, and so she's going to work with our freshmen. Like I say, we all work together in the high school. And then our middle school, our 8th grade, Erin Jackson is our 7th grade program coach. And Brittany Bulovich is going to be our 8th grade coach. And so for both of them, that's their first year as well coaching here. So we have a lot of new coaches, and I'm expecting them. But I mean, again, we had 20 come out for the 8th grade team. So, it has been a good number of people. So we're excited to get the program going. Our 7th and 8th graders actually play tomorrow night, Friday night, the opening thing at home. And so we've got some volleyball going on. We play the 2 matches, South Range and West Branch, on Saturday. And then on Monday, Ravenna comes here to play. So we're opening the season with a lot of volleyball.
Well, I'm excited for it. I know I'm going to be out there Saturday, and I'm excited to get a little bit of a taste of what Southeast is going to be bringing to the network, and you guys are going to get a little bit of a taste of what the network here at YSN looks to bring to the Southeast Pirates community. Coach, we look forward to talking to you on Saturday. We look forward to covering you this season and having that continued coverage of Southeast Pirates volleyball. And within due time, I'm sure we're going to be talking to you again real soon.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Coach.